In this video, we're going to talk about some exciting changes that conventional came out with that has changed in order to help real estate agents use their commissions for down payment and have closing costs covered by the seller. So you're coming to the closing table with no money. Stay tuned. Real estate agents out there, you're grinding, you're selling a bunch of houses, and you're wanting to make a move. You want to buy a house for yourself. And in the past, we have always, especially for conventional loans, told you that, hey, you can use your commission for closing costs, but you cannot use it for down payment. So that has actually changed recently. As of the most recent release from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, you are now able to use down payment or your commissions for down payment. Let's address this with every single agency, okay? So we're going to talk about Fannie Mae conventional loans, Freddie Mac conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, and USDA loans. So across the board, we're going to address every single loan and what you can use your real estate commission for. This scenario happened to me very recent. I had a real estate agent call me and they said, hey, I'm really interested in buying a new construction home in my state. And with that new construction loan, a lot of the builders are now offering a ton of incentives. And I'm like, what kind of incentives are being offered? Well, they're offering real estate commission and they're offering an agent bonus. And when I reviewed all their documentation for assets, there were a lot of large deposits that could not be sourced. I was like, look, in order for us to make this happen, you're going to have some sort of down payment funds. And as we spoke, a couple of days later, Fannie Mae released this guideline. So I was able to call the agent back and say, look, as long as we get the closing cost or part of the closing cost, you can actually use your agent commission to cover the down payment. Basically, we turned that frown upside down, and there's nothing in life that is more enjoyable than to tell someone that they can do something. Especially with guideline changes, and specifically for their situation. Let's address down payment first. For down payment, all the agencies that we just talked about, conventional, Fannie and Freddie, FHA, VA, and USDA, they will allow you to use your broker commission to cover the down payment, 100%, okay? So there are no specific guidelines on that, except for, hey, we just have to have enough coverage. And we can actually use that when we're underwriting the loan with your buyer-broker agreement that you have filled out. The second thing is, this has not ever changed, closing cost. So closing cost across the board has always been able to be covered by your agent commission for all agencies. So nothing's really changed on that. However, where it does have a variance is in the cash reserves. If you're out there selling properties, you know that especially when there's a manual downgrade on a property or, to strengthen a file, we may need some cash reserves. And you may ask, what are cash reserves? Cash reserves are going to be monies that you're going to have after you have your initial contribution of down payment and or closing cost, what you're going to have left over. And the way that we gauge the cash reserves is based on your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment. Let's just say we're proposing a $2,000 a month mortgage payment. If you have $6,000 after your down payment and closing costs, that means we're going to have 3 months of cash reserves. Conventional guidelines are kind of like different, and they may or may not allow you to use it depending on the investor overlays. Luckily for you, you're watching a video with the world's largest wholesale mortgage broker. We're powered by Nexa Mortgage, and with that, we have investors that will take it. Same thing for FHA and VA. Totally okay to be used for cash reserves. However, on a USDA loan, they will not allow you to use that real estate commission for cash reserves. So if you need that compensating factor to kind of like push your loan through because maybe the credit score is a little lower or the debt to income ratio is a little higher, then you cannot use that for cash reserves. Interested party contributions, with that means if you're buying a home, will this affect your interested party contribution? So if you're going to use it towards closing cost, on conventional, it does count towards the interested party contributions. And on conventional loans, just to refresh your memory on all of these, if you have 10% or less down on a property, then the maximum seller contribution that you can get is 3%. If you're at 15 or 24.99% to 90% or 89.99, which is 24.99% down or 10.01% down, then you can get 6% seller contributions from the seller. And then anything over 25% down, you can get 9%. If you're buying an investment property, just know that the maximum seller contribution is 2%. When we have the real estate commissions as part of the down payment and or closing cost, this is only going to be applicable to the closing cost portion of the loan. That is going to be one of the more negative aspects of this guideline change. And FHA, VA, and USDA do not count your real estate agent commissions as an interested party contribution. Eligible properties that you can use this on conventional, you can actually use it on all three. So you can use it on a primary home, a secondary home, as well as an investment property. And then for FHA, VA, and USDAs, those are strictly primary residence homes. With all this being said, this is great news for realtors, okay? Being able to use this as your down payment is a big plus, and being able to work around all the tax ramifications of that agent commission and to be able to use it towards the transaction is also going to help. My name is David Zai. I'm with the Zai Mortgage team powered by Nexa Mortgage. You can reach me at 757-478-8493. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me or comment below, as I'd love to answer your questions. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm out.